Episode 1. This year is different. In London, spring has a way of making women believe in themselves again. Not in a dramatic way, in a polished way. A better routine, a better man, a better version of the same life. Around the first warm evening of the year, when coats are still necessary but optimism has started dressing lighter, someone always says it. This year is different. And every year, for a moment, it almost feels true. That was how it began with the 6 of them. One dinner, one table, one of those golden London evenings that makes everyone look like they are about to become the person they have been describing to themselves all winter. Lola was the first to believe in it properly. Standing in front of her mirror in a wine-coloured slip dress, adjusting one earring, then the other, then the first one again, she declared to nobody in particular that she was not repeating old patterns. It felt different this time. You could tell from the way she smiled at her phone. Not too much. Just enough to make it clear she had already started narrating the evening as a new chapter. Celine was simpler. She buttoned a white shirt, checked herself once, and decided she was done with anything that needed explaining. That was the thing about Celine. She did not believe in confusion. Only poor choices and weak editing. Anaya took longer. She changed earrings twice, smoothed down her skirt, and said she was trying to be more open. She said it gently, like someone practicing a line she wanted to believe. It sounded less like confidence and more like hope. Roxy, meanwhile, was late before she had even left. One boot on, one boot off, laughing into the phone, insisting she was very calm this year just as she knocked over a lipstick. Roxy was always most convincing when she was least accurate. May, as ever, was composed. She fastened her watch, picked up her bag, and sent a quiet message into the group chat asking for just one thing: that nobody spiral. It was the sort of request that only comes from a woman who already expects to spend the evening regulating everyone else. And then there was Iris, already dressed, already still, standing by the window in charcoal tailoring, reading the group chat without adding much to it. She did not need to say much. Iris had the kind of silence that made other people feel as though they had already said enough. The first lie of spring is always the same. It does not sound like a lie, it sounds like growth. One by one they arrived at the restaurant, all glossy lips and good coats and the soft choreography of women who know exactly how to greet each other in public. Roxy arrived last, of course, and called it cinematic. Celine called it late. Lola said it was the same thing. Anaya told them all they looked insane. Celine accepted it as a compliment. May asked how everyone was, and Roxy answered first, announcing that she was radiant, evolved, and under no circumstances texting men first. Nobody believed her, but everybody enjoyed the line. At the table, the mood was what it always was when the year was still young enough to lie for them. Light, beautiful, familiar. Lola said she was serious this time. No more confused energy. Anaya said she meant it too. She was done overextending herself. Roxy claimed she had changed as well, that she had become much more selective. Celine asked if that selectiveness applied to men. Roxy suggested they not ruin dinner. The thing about women saying they have changed is that it is rarely untrue. We do change. We just do not always change in the places that matter first. Sometimes the aesthetic shifts before the pattern does. Sometimes the language evolves before the behavior. And sometimes all that really changes is the lighting. The first crack arrived quietly, the way these things always do. Lola's phone lit up on the table. She tried not to look at it too quickly, which of course meant everyone noticed. Roxy asked if it was him. Lola said maybe. Celine translated that instantly into yes. Anaya wanted to know what he had said. Lola smiled in that particular way women do when they are trying to make something look smaller than it feels. He might stop by later, she said. Later where? May asked. Wherever we are, Lola replied. Celine disapproved immediately. Roxy approved just as quickly. May looked tired on Lola's behalf. Anaya, still kind enough to ask the question nobody else would ask gently, wanted to know whether Lola actually wanted him to come. Lola hesitated for half a second too long before saying it was casual. Iris looked at her, then at the phone, then at Lola again. That was all. Dinner carried on, but the mood had shifted just enough for anyone paying attention to notice. Anaya agreed to extend the night, even though she already looked tired. Roxy ordered another round nobody had asked for. Celine quietly changed the venue for drinks without really consulting anybody. May checked that everyone was all right, and nobody thought to ask whether she was. Lola kept glancing at her phone. Iris said almost nothing. You can tell a great deal about a woman by the first thing she compromises. Time, peace, standards, sleep. By dessert, they had all become themselves again. Outside, under the softened London night, everything looked beautiful enough to be harmless. Coats back on, cars pulling up, phones in hands. Roxy wanted to know where they were going next. Anaya said she should probably go home. Roxy rejected that immediately. May told her, gently and directly, that she was allowed to leave. Celine agreed. Lola's phone lit up again. She looked at it, smiled, and locked it. What? May asked. Nothing, said Lola. And then Iris made the smallest sound, just enough to alter the air around them. Everyone turned, because Iris did not waste sounds. Roxy asked what that meant. Iris said nothing. Celine smiled slightly. May noticed. Lola slipped her phone into her bag. By the end of the night, nothing had happened. Which is usually how it begins. No disaster, no betrayal, no scene. Just 6 women in beautiful coats, standing outside a restaurant, repeating themselves with better posture. Spring always begins with optimism, and optimism in the right outfit can look a lot like judgment.